Alright, we have to differentiate cot inverse under root 1 plus sin x plus under root 1 minus sin x upon under root 1 plus sin x minus 1 under root 1 minus sin x. 0 smaller than x smaller than pi by 2, which implies that our trigonometric or inverse trigonometric ratio is in the first quadrant. The urge to rationalize will be very high here, but we cannot do that, or it's not the ideal way to do it, because we are within, our function is within an inverse trigonometric expression. So we go to simplify it using our knowledge of 11th standard trigonometry. I know for a fact sin square x plus cos square x is 1. So sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2 by extrapolating the half angle expression will also be 1. So I also know sin 2x is 2 sin x cos x. So sin x will be 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2 again by extrapolating the half angle formula. So substituting these two relations, sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2 is equal to 1 and sin x equal to 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2, within the function I get y is equal to cot inverse. Instead of 1, I substitute sin square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2. Everywhere instead of sin x, at 4 places I substitute 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2. Obviously y is equal to cot inverse. The first root becomes cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 the whole square. Yes, it can become sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 the whole square also. We'll see a little later why we did not do that. This I have considered to be cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 the whole square. A square being cos square x by 2, b square being sin square x by 2, and minus 2ab being minus 2 cos x by 2 sin x by 2. Similarly, in the denominator also I have cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 under root the whole square minus under root cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 the whole square. Obviously, all the 4 roots and the squares get cancelled out, and what I have left is equal to y is equal to cot inverse cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 plus bracketed cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 minus bracketed cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Plus sin x by 2 minus sin x by 2, the numerator get cancelled, we get 2 cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 minus of minus sin x by 2 becomes 2 sin x by 2. So now I have y is equal to cot inverse cot of x by 2. Inverse trigonometric of any trigonometric ratio is sin inverse sine of a function is a function. Cosec inverse cosec of theta is theta. Similarly, cot inverse cot of anything or cot of theta is theta. The question then is, why did I not take this to be sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 the whole square, or this as cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 the whole square, when I could have. The point is, if I had taken this the other way around, sin x by 2 plus cos x by 2 the whole square, or sin x by 2 minus cos x by 2 the whole square, just imagine how this would have panned out. I would have instead been left with a 2 sin x by 2 upon 2 cos x by 2 expression, which would have given me cot inverse tan of x by 2. I could have extrapolated that as cot inverse cot of bracketed pi by 2 minus x by 2, which would have left me with a pi by 2 minus x by 2. And my derivative would have been, instead of 1 by 2 that I get for the y is equal to x by 2, it would have been negative 1 by 2. The point is, because we're talking about a first quadrant, our trigonometric or inverse trigonometric or the differentiation of that needs to be positive, because everything as far as any trigonometric ratio is concerned, the first quadrant is positive. By having taken it the other way around, I would have gotten a negative differentiation or a negative y, which I can't have, trigonometrically speaking, in the first quadrant. Hence the sum pans out the way it does.